welcome back everyone. Another bumper show from us here at Cruise1st TV. Now, it's time to escape off to the Caribbean with MSC in this show, with oodles of date choices for this year and next. So that means that there has never been a better plan to put some sunshine into your life.
Absolutely, and what can I say? I've just actually come back from the sun in Miami, so I can't wait to talk about the things you can do there when you go on your Caribbean cruise. Now, it's so lovely to go and see the States at any time of year. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, there are lots of stories coming your way. I've heard some of them already, so lots of Polly gossip coming for you as we take the first of 3 adventures. Now, the first one is a 14-night trip taking us to the Bahamas and Mexico starting on the 9th of September. And we're flying from the UK first out to Orlando. Now, you know that we love a stay in Orlando, so we have factored in a 3-night hotel stay for you because there's just so much going on there.
There's so much in Orlando, and I don't care who you are and says, I'm not into theme parks, because you've got all the Disney parks, all the Universal parks, you've got Busch Gardens over at Tampa. Go, you will absolutely love it. Even if you don't like the rides, just the whole atmosphere. Yeah. I mean, you've got to meet Mickey Mouse, haven't you, at least one time in your life?
Of course you have.
But if you really detest theme parks, I mean, okay, different horses for different courses. The shopping there is absolutely wonderful. You've got all these incredible malls, then the outlet malls. That means every single shop is kind of like a factory outlet, and it's the bargains you can get are incredible. So this is the start of your holiday. You might just have spent all your budget if you do go shopping, so it might be better to go to the theme parks. Absolutely wonderful.
Always
3 nights
shopping
in Orlando
Always
before
shopping.
joining MSC Seashore.
And you can go shopping here
Of
as well.
course you can. I know. Look at it. Now, I mean, when you look at MSC Seashore, there's something kind of glistening and sparkly. It's like walking into those expensive car garages. I feel like it would, it's
Yes.
like that smell, that feeling of, wow, this
You're so
is a
right.
bit special.
Those posh showrooms that you look at from the outside but are scared to go in. And this is wonderful. I mean, what an incredible experience. One of these fabulous ships. We are in a sunshine part of the world, so a lot about being on this ship is about being outside and connecting with the sea as well. But listen, you know, when it's dark of an evening and whatever and day turns to night, honestly, the ship transforms. And, you know, it's one big celebration that's going on. There are parties going on for you. There's fabulous dinner. I mean, that's entertainment in itself sometimes, just going for dinner.
Absolutely. Well, the teppanyaki restaurant on board is a show.
Yeah.
The chefs put on such an incredible show for you while you're on board. And, you know, talking about eating, there are so many lovely restaurants included, and then the specialty restaurants are wonderful, whether it's teppanyaki, whether it's something a bit sushi. Yes, there we go. We're looking at the chefs performing for you live, which is wonderful. And of course, hola las cantinas when you're on board for all those fish tacos. Yum.
It's very, very nice indeed. So the choice, I mean, listen, if you go main dining every single night of your cruise, you've got spectacular main restaurants to enjoy. You'll notice that there's a lot of New York theming going on around this ship as well, which is wonderful. We're in America anyway. We may as well have the glitz and glamour of New York to go with that as we cruise around the Caribbean. So you know what? Every twist and every turn just has that really kind of fresh, modern, vibrant vibe about it, and the cocktails, they are good.
Oh, look at that, the champagne and wine bar. And I think for people who think about going on a cruise like this to the Caribbean, their sort of concern might be with the ship, oh my goodness, all the people, because it's such a huge ship with so many different restaurants, so many different spaces, and like you said, so much outside space, you don't feel like that at all. You're going to have the best experience in such a wonderful part of the world. I mean, who doesn't want to cruise out to all these wonderful destinations, starting off with your first port being Nassau in the Bahamas. When you get there, take the ferry or perhaps a drive across the bridge to Paradise Island, home to the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. You've got aquariums, water parks, marine habitats. It's lovely. This next stop is a bit exclusive because you're going to Ocean Key. Now, this is MSC Marine Reserve, and it's their own private island. Yes, they have bought an island out in the Bahamas, and it's exclusively for you. Isn't this just a little bit special?
Actually, on this itinerary, you will be here not just once, but twice. You've got a total of 3 days to enjoy all that this island has to offer, which is fantastic. And there is so much going on. We come back for an overnight a little bit later on as well, and we'll talk to you about some of the things that go on this island as well. But back to our itinerary, we're back in for a day at Port Canaveral.
Which is lovely. I think while you're there, if you want to do some beaching, Cocoa Beach is really close, but Kennedy Space Centre is well worth a visit. You can go and touch moon rock, actual rock from the moon while you're there. Then it is your second day at Ocean Quay. And you've got
your third.
Yes, because you've got an overnight here. Oh, look at people dancing along. There's so much to do there. There's loads of water sports, whether it's kayaking or you want to do something a bit more motorised, paddle boarding. I mean, look at the colour of those waters.
Well, and you were talking, weren't you? We were talking before we switched the cameras on, and Polly was saying that'd be a good place to have, you know, a nice group family photo at sunset.
Oh yes, when the sun goes down.
Yeah, the ultimate paradise. You and the beach.
Fantastic overnight there, and then it's Mexico, Costa Maya. There's a great excursion to Mayan archaeological sites where you can go and see temples, pyramids, and learn about the history and culture of the Mayan civilization. Cozumel is next, and after doing all the history side, perhaps you want to enjoy the beaches of Mexico, or go to Dolphinaris where you can get up close and personal with dolphins. Very, very beautiful to go swimming with dolphins. A really lovely experience if you ever get to do it. A day at sea arriving in Port Canaveral, which is for Orlando, where you catch your flight home. Just fabulous.
Do you think you could cope with that as a 2-week holiday?
Oh, yes, I could go tomorrow. In fact, I could have my passport and get to the airport tonight.
No, you cannot, because you've just been. You cannot.
No, you can always have another one booked.
You've got to have something to look forward to, haven't
do.
you? You can't just be on holiday the whole time, Polly Winder. Anyway, what an amazing treat of a holiday. It comes up, remember, in September. So it's just after the school holidays. I say this really, really quietly because Polly has 2 daughters and she could easily just escape for 2 weeks. Just as the school term starts again, she could disappear for another bit of sunshine as well. We're including, of course, in our price, the flight from the UK out to Orlando. You've got 3 nights hotel stay there on International Drive, so you can do the theme parks, the shopping and everything that has to offer. And then you've got your 10-night cruise on MSC Seashore in and out of Port Canaveral. That's got gratuities included, of course, as an MSC cruise always does. And you're cruising through the Bahamas and Mexico, plus your overnight at MSC's Ocean Quay Marine Reserve. So actually you're there twice during the itinerary, once for 1 day and then again for a couple of days. And of course you've got the flight back to the UK included as well. You're not going to believe the price tag of this. Well, you will. It's Cruise1st. You know, it's what we do so well. The value here is ridiculous. Absolutely incredible. And if you want to add premium extra drinks package to that, you can do it around about half of the regular price as well, just £32 per person per day, which is absolutely stunning value for money. And of course, if you wanted to extend your time in Orlando, you can absolutely do that. The great thing with our packages is that you can tailor them, and we've got other dates for the package as well that run from July in this year all the way through to April in next year. Now, obviously price varies by date, so you can check out the website or speak to our fabulous team on 0800 953 4700. The great thing about a holiday like this is it's kind of a tale of 2 halves. So if you've got kids with you and you want to take a trip like this, brilliant, because they are going to love the whole theme park thing. I would have loved at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, to have gone and done the theme parks out in Orlando back in the day. And then you've got that Caribbean cruise. Now that can be educational and just fun, all mixed into one. Let's have a look at upgrades then on this cruise. If you want to go up to your ocean view or indeed up to your balcony on this one, it's a phenomenal offer when you consider what is included. You know, return flights out to America, you stay in Orlando, and the Caribbean cruise as well. It is superb. And of course, if you want to know more, all you got to do is pick up the phone and give us a call on 0800 953 4700. And that, of course, is a free call. Any questions you've got about your next cruise holiday, talk to us, because we've got a price match guarantee as well. So if you've seen an offer somewhere else, you know, subject to 1 or 2 T's and C's, we'll match it or we'll beat the price that you've seen elsewhere. Right, what should we do next?
Well, I think we should go off to the Caribbean ports that we know and love, and we're doing it all-inclusive on MSC Seascape. So we've got 16 nights starting on the 27th of September, where we fly you from the UK to Miami for a one-night stay. Now, I've just been to Miami.
I was going to say, if only we knew someone that had just been to Miami.
Oh, the beach. Oh, it's just wonderful. South Beach. I mean, you can sunbathe, but the people watching there is just incredible. People from all walks of life, different cultures. There is so much to do in Miami. It's incredible. I think one of my favourite things was going to Windward Walls. It's an area of the city where buildings are just covered in graffiti. But when we think of graffiti, this is beautiful, incredible artwork. You'll have the best time there before joining MSC Seascape for your 14-night all-inclusive cruise. Look at her. Again, we're thinking upmarket, sort of Ferrari showrooms when we see this. She is sparkling. She's just absolutely beautiful. I think when we were on board MSC, the kind of surprising thing is just it's constantly clean. It's constantly sparkling.
Yes.
There are people must be just working behind the scenes, quickly polishing.
Yeah, and the great thing is you never notice all of that going on. It's just, you're right, it's almost like magic. It's fantastic. Having premium extra drinks into a Caribbean cruise, I think is fantastic. I'm always going to say to you, drink responsibly, one at a time. You know, I know we have a laugh about that, but it's a serious thing as well. But, you know, to know that when you go from bar to bar to bar, whether it's an orange juice by the pool in the middle of the day, whether it's, you know, a glass of wine, or a gin and tonic before you go to the restaurant to go and dine. It might be a nightcap. You might think, okay, well, you know, I've had a little trip down to, you know, maybe look and see what's going on in the casino, or I've just gone to see a show or whatever, and I'll just have a quick...
You're imagining yourself right now, aren't you?
Well, this isn't me, you know.
You're taking me on this journey.
Yeah, this isn't me. But, you know, the great thing about having a drinks package included is that it makes your cruise worry-free. It's not about overindulging. It's actually just about saying, you know what, I can say, oh, actually, do you know what, I've not had a schnapps and lemonade in years. Do you know what I mean? It was a bad example, that. I didn't want to spit out brand names.
There's a reason you've not had one for years. No, but I know what you mean, just to take that worry away. And then you take your holiday to a whole new level because you really are relaxed. You're not totting up in your head that Excel spreadsheet of calculations.
Well, maybe you don't have cocktails ordinarily because you open a cocktail menu and you just go, whoa?
Yeah.
How much? With something like this, you can just be a bit more adventurous. Have a pina colada even if you've never had one. You're in the Caribbean, for heaven's sake. Anyway, listen, quite apart from anything liquid, there is fabulous food right the way through the ship, amazing entertainment no matter what age you are, big production shows, there are smaller gatherings, there is things like karaoke going on as well, which you'll absolutely love.
And the water park as well. You can be an absolute big kid and have the best time. Cruising out of Miami, arriving in the Dominican Republic, Puerto Plata. Explore Fort San Felipe there. It's a beautiful historic Spanish fortress. It dates back to the 16th century. You've got incredible views of Puerto Plata and the surrounding area as well. Just lovely. You'll next be in San Juan in Puerto Rico. Beautiful old town here. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You've got colourful Spanish colonial buildings, cobblestone streets and historic forts as well. You can visit the El Morro and San Cristobal forts for incredible views of the city. A day at sea arriving in Nassau in the Bahamas, where after all that history you might want to relax on the beach, or if you want to do something, visit the Queen's Staircase, a historic site with a staircase carved out of solid limestone rock.
Or do what Jane McDonald does and go shopping.
If you like. Now, you're very lucky. You get to call in at Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve. As we've said, this is the private island of MSC. Now, with the drinks package you explained...
Yeah, the drinks package goes on to the island with you.
Oh my goodness, so you can have drinks for the...
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
fantastic.
There's food there on the island as well, so it's not like you've got to keep getting back on and off the ship every time you fancy a sandwich. You'll be fine.
Toilets as well?
There are lovely... Yeah, absolutely. There are lovely sort of food trucks there on the island. Hire a cabana, do something like that, have some, you know, space that's just yours. There's incredible possibilities there and lots of excursions, and then we go on this itinerary back into Miami, but not the end of the cruise. We're in for an extra day. What would we do, Polly?
What a treat. Head to Lincoln Road Mall. It's this gorgeous street with all the best shops if you fancy some shopping, or go and sunbathe on South Beach.
Yeah.
A day at sea, it's Ocho Rios in Jamaica. Climb the iconic Dunn's River Falls. Oh, a natural waterfall cascading over those beautiful rocks. There's great excursions where you actually climb them in a human chain with all the other people. Yeah, brilliant. Great trip.
Nice.
Georgetown in the Cayman Islands. Oh, there's a beautiful beach there. And do you know what it's called? 7 Mile Beach. Oh, close your eyes and just imagine yourself there. Beautiful turquoise waters. Sandy soft sand. Cozumel in Mexico next. Now, the southern tip of the island at Punta Sur Eco Beach Park is an ecological reserve. You've got a lighthouse, crocodile exhibits, and of course a beautiful beach, because you're going to have great weather this part of the world, aren't you? A day at sea, and you've got your second visit to Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve.
And this is brilliant, you know, this is very clever actually of MSC, because they have given you a day that, listen, you can go and paddleboard, you can go do lots of, you know, water, whizzy, exciting excursion experiences if you want to. Or you can just remember that you're still on holiday, you're still out there in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, and you can just have the most relaxing day that you'll never, ever, ever forget before you leave the cruise.
Oh, Derek.
It's so beautifully timed, because maybe the first time you go there, it's all about what is there to see. Let's walk around it. Let's be busy on it. Let's do stuff. Let's not just sit on the beach. Let's go and, go and see the coral reefs that they've got, or go and swim with the fish, or whatever. On that penultimate day of the cruise, you are there to chill out and remember that you are on holiday, and to take those memories back with you, and really, really take some time for you. Listen, you might stay on the ship. You might stay on the ship and just, be up on top deck and stay there. Because of course you're porting right at the island. It's not a tender where you're getting a boat to and from the ship. You just literally step off the boat and that's it. There is Ocean Key for you to enjoy in front of you. This is definitely one to get in the diary right now. It's for the end of September. And this offer includes the flight from the UK out to Miami. We've got a night in a hotel there, longer again if you want to, talk to the team. And then it's just dreamy Caribbean cruising from there on MSC Seascape, including the Dominican Republic, and 2 days at Ocean Key Marine Reserve as well, which is private to MSC. So it's just you and the people on that ship who will be on that island on those days. Amazing. You've got the premium extra drinks package included. So cheers to that, one at a time responsibly though, of course. Plus, of course, your gratuities. Price tag, amazing for what you're getting. And actually what you need to spend beyond that is very, very little. It's all treats beyond that. 2,199 per person. As I said before, if you want to add extra nights in Miami, add them. Talk to the team, we'll arrange it, no problem whatsoever. Just talk to the team, free on 0800 953 4700. And if you would like to upgrade on the cruise, let's have a little look at what it would be to go ocean view or to go to the balcony. On a Caribbean cruise, yes, of course, it would be lovely to have a balcony to open the doors and sit out there, have a lazy breakfast. It might be that your Caribbean holiday is more of a nighttime holiday. I think for me it would be. I think I would come to life, a little later in the day, shall we say, and then maybe enjoy the festivities a little later into the night. That was a diplomatic way of saying it, wasn't it? So that means if you want to get up, have, lazy late breakfast, then you can do that. Thankfully, I've tested it and you really can. There are other dates on the package as well from July this year through to April next year. Obviously, price varies by date, and you can look those up on our website, or indeed talk to our team on 0800 953 4700, and we'll search for you, because we are lovely people like that. We really are. Lovely. I was just thinking about all the MSC cruises so far, not forgetting MSC 365, which so many of you, I think we're about 450 or something we're at right now on MSC 365. If you haven't booked yet, there's still room for you. There's absolutely still room for you. Talk to the team right now, 0800 953 4700 for the latest on that.
Right, finally in this show, a whopper of a cruise as we take MSC's exciting cruise journey from Spain to the Caribbean in October. It's 19 nights all told, starting on the 30th of October, where we fly you over to Barcelona to board MSC Seaside.
Barcelona.
I had that in my head
Barcelona.
too. I know, do you know what? It's my favourite place to go for a European city break. Anyway, MSC Seaside, wow, beautiful. Everything you'd expect with MSC. I think just their ships are just so beautiful, aren't they? So sparkly, those gorgeous, we haven't even mentioned the Swarovski crystal staircase, which,
I mean, you congested those staircases because everyone wants to have their picture taken.
And there's professional photographers there. So you don't get that rubbish photo where someone's finger or you're not smiling. You can go have a photo shoot all over the ship, including on the staircase, and then you can go and like buy the photos from the photo place, which is great. Lovely to get those pictures done. Look at the water park. That's one of the largest at sea. Amazing. Are you a fan of going on the slides and things like that?
I'm not so bothered. I would rather take a lounger. I mean, Mr. P, whenever we go and film on a ship, he's like, right, go on that slide and we can film it. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'll do it for the telly. But actually, I would rather just be, if the weather's good, because just our weather is just rubbish. And you think about it, you know, it's probably not going to be the greatest day in Barcelona at the end of October, but then you're going to be sailing away to things that are much sunnier, aren't you? So I think whenever the sun comes, I'm quite a worshipper these days. I'm quite happy to sit down with a book.
And that's what's so lovely, because then there's something for everyone. Perhaps you love the water park, perhaps you like to lie on a sun lounger. Something for everyone. Wonderful. Your first port is going to be Valencia. There's an amazing futuristic complex of the City of Arts and Scientists there. You can go and see Europe's largest aquarium. There's an IMAX cinema. So much going on. A day at sea, arriving in Cadiz for Seville. Now wander through the charming streets of the old town there. It's got lovely narrow alleys, whitewashed buildings, lots of historic landmarks like the Cathedral of Cadiz, the Torre Tavira. Great. A day at sea, arriving in Tenerife, where you might just want to relax on the beach, because that does have lots of lovely year-round sunshine,
Yes,
Eric.
it does.
It's wonderful. Or if you want to do something a bit more strenuous, you can go and sort of climb Mount Tidy. Wow, look at that, very famous. Cruising across the Atlantic, arriving in Barbados. What do you think of when I say Barbados?
Rum.
Funny, I think beaches. But
yes, good point.
Well, as well as beaches and rum, it's got a trove of architectural, cultural treasures there as well, if you're more of a culture vulture.
Coconuts.
Yeah, of course. St George Grenada is next, which is filled with spice trees.
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg, cloves, ginger, cinnamon, cocoa. Buy some, bring them home.
Yes.
Nice.
Be lovely to do. Nice to see where they grow.
The smells must be amazing.
Yeah.
A day at sea, you arrive in San Juan, Puerto Rico. There's a great excursion there taking you to the El Yunque National Forest. It's just outside San Juan. You can go through the lush rainforest, swim in natural pools, underneath waterfalls. It just sounds fabulous. A couple of days at sea, you're cruising to Miami, where you get your flight home. Start in Barcelona, finish in Miami. Wow.
Yeah, this is one of those amazing cruises where a cruise ship is going on holiday. So it's moving from one part of the world to another for a different season. April and October are the times of years to look out for these cruises, because you end up with a longer itinerary, but not the big price tag that usually comes with that duration. And this is incredible. Tell me you wouldn't love the prospect of sailing from Spain out to America, out to Miami and the Caribbean at the end of October. Tell me you're not going to love that as a holiday, and that trip across the pond is going to be amazing as well. So more cruise, more travel, amazing value on MSC Seaside, with 18 nights of cruising from Barcelona to out to Miami, of course via Seville, the Canaries, and across the pond to enjoy Barbados and the Caribbean, ending in Miami. And of course, we've got the flight back from Miami, and you can add stays in either Barcelona or Miami to this as well. Look at the price, because this is really, really good. And this is a good starting point to then being able to add your stay either in Barcelona before you cruise, or indeed Miami at the end of your cruise before you then fly home, all of which are possible. And of course, if you want to add a drinks package to this as well, the premium extra drinks package is on a special price on this as well at just £25 per person per day. So of course, if you want to do that, you can talk to the team on 0800 953 4700. Let's look at the upgrade prices on this one then. Amazing, really incredible value for money for the time of year, for the length of itinerary, for everything. This is such a good little holiday, actually. This is what's called a repositioning cruise. So where a cruise, has spent a period of time in one part of the world and then it's going to another. Of course, there's a cruise that goes from one part of the world to the other. It could go empty with just the crew, but it makes a great holiday because look at the value you've got there. You've got 18 nights of cruise there before you've done anything. Yes, the flight to Barcelona is included. Yes, the flight from Miami back to the UK is included. And on top of that, of course, at a brilliant, around about half of the regular price, you can add the drinks package as well, which is superb. 0800 953 4700. Now, listen, if you are new to us here at Cruise1st TV, of course, we are here all day and every day on Sky 681. You might also not be yet familiar with our amazing service. We'll take a look at this.
With over 20 years of travel experience, when booking with Cruise1st, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and Atoll Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is safe with us. We've been on your TV screens for over a decade, and we guarantee the best cruise prices. If you find one of our offers cheaper elsewhere on TV, then we'll match or beat that price. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday with many of our deals. Just pay a deposit today and then you have until your due date to pay your balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot with over 6,000 independent reviews, so you can be fully confident when booking your next holiday with Cruise1st.
Yeah, amazing. Our incredible team, literally, I don't know how they do it because, to be honest, it only takes literally one glance at our website and it's tens of thousands of offers that are there in front of you. And I'm like, okay, how do we see the wood through the trees there? And so quite often, it depends on who you are. Maybe you like to have a little browse, a little search, for the bargains and the deals and what you fancy doing and whatever. Of course you can do that. Feel free. It's there 24 hours a day. But I'll be honest with you, because I know our team so well, and our team aren't just a big group of people who sit in a call centre somewhere. They are experienced. They deal with Cruise1st, as our name suggests. We don't book, we don't book 2 weeks to Torremolinos. We're not that kind of travel agent. We can do if you like, but we're not predominantly that kind of travel agent. We deal with Cruise1st, so our team know the ships. Yeah, they know the ships. They've been on them. They love going on them, let me tell you.
It's a terrible job.
Yeah, just trying to get them off the ships that's the problem. But they are brilliant, and they're like you as well. They're everyday people. They are looking for the best price and the best deal and the most holiday you can get for your budget as well. So we're not raced to the top here about going, oh, right, how much money can we make from this lovely lady on the phone lines? No, we're about finding you the cruise line that's right for you and the deal that's right for you, because actually you've got to know that the cruise line is right for you as well before, especially if you've never taken a cruise before.
Of course.
Because we could send you to the wrong cruise line and you'd never cruise again. We send you to the right cruise line and you'll be cruising 4 times a year for the rest of your life.
And because the team go on the cruises, it means whatever your questions are, like it doesn't matter how random, how big is the shower cubicle? They can actually answer that question, because these things are important, aren't they?
They've had that shower.
I can't think why that question came to my head. But I'm just saying, if you've got a really random question, don't worry, ask away.
Absolutely. Listen, thanks for your company. Polly and I and the rest of the team will be back very, very soon with lots more from Cruise1st.
Bye.